Hello, everyone, and welcome to ROKStudios. I'm Stan Miller. I'm the PR and Analyst Relations Manager for Rockwell Automation in the EMEA region. And I'm joined by Marcus Behrens. He is the CSO of the packaging group. Marcus, welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. We're here today to talk about how energy monitoring can help manufacturers uh, realize their sustainability opportunities.
Mm.
And this is a great topic. I can't wait to get into it. But before we do, could you just give us the high-level overview of your company?
Well, the packaging group is a combination of three entities, mainly based in Germany. And our mission is, and our portfolio covers the flexible packaging as such.
Perfect. So we're here to talk about energy monitoring. So before we get into the deeper details of our discussion, could you just level set us? And from your perspective, what does the term energy monitoring mean?
In the end, it means the knowledge about the production process, in particular on the consumption.
And why is this important to manufacturers?
We're talking sustainability. That means we try to avoid losses or try to save energy as much as possible because there's a responsibility for the planet, but we want to save also some money. And that's why it's so important to know exactly what kind of energy consumption do I have with my line.
Makes sense. So when we're talking about energy monitoring and the data that's involved with that, how does the detailed data from energy monitoring, how does that allow companies to improve their operations?
In particular, if you have the monitoring set for drives or pneumatic consumption, you can do that for a line, and if you have several lines, you're able to compare. And if there's a difference, and you realize one line is more efficient than the other, then the automatic question is coming, why is that? And that gives you the idea that there is ground for more investigation.
Interesting. So when we talk about sustainability, certainly the framework of scopes of emissions comes into play. Scope 3 being one of those very important ones. Can you just share your perspective on Scope 3 emissions and what manufacturers should be thinking about in that realm?
Scope 3 by far is the most important one because the percentage of CO2 emission is the highest level with Scope 3. But it's also the most complex one because it means for OEMs like us to do a lot of research and to find out over the entire bill of material of a machine or a line the CO2 emissions and what is this all involved. That means its components manufactured. It means the manufacturing process must be um, um, kind of researched. Is it done by atomic energy? Is it done by wind energy? And that will all determine the CO2 emissions on that particular component.
It sounds like it could be a pretty complex challenge to meet when it comes to Scope 3. Any advice for those in the audience when considering, like, okay, Scope 3 emissions, how to potentially tackle that?
Step by step. In our case, some machines are out of 8,000, 10,000 different components. Uh, Probably the best is to just to start because it will not go away. So advice is start and get your partners involved and try to help them to understand how important that is to get to the ground and to get the data.
And it seems that based on our discussion, one of the best ways of getting data amongst a variety of methods would be through energy monitoring. Am I understanding you well in that regard?
That's a part of it, but the manufacturing of a machine is also a large portion of the whole Scope 3 emission, basically.
Makes sense. Marcus, thank you so much for joining us in the studio today. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about sustainability solutions as well as energy monitoring technologies, visit www.rockwellautomation.com.